24 years in the wrestling industry. 24. It's a very long time. And when I take a minute to look back over all those years, start thinking about some of the great things I've got to see and do, and the many great things left to come, I start thinking about what kind of words would you use to describe a career like that? And one word that's got to come to mind when you're talking about the career of HC Loc is original. You go back to a company called Extreme Championship Wrestling, where I was one of the few and very, very proud to be called an ECW original. And make no mistake about it, whether I was wrestling in the main event or just sweeping up the ring in between matches, I earned my spot on Team Extreme. And for the rest of my life, I get to call myself an ECW original. You fast forward just a couple years, start talking about a company that, well, the whole world's talking about now, aren't they? I'm talking about a company called Ring of Honor. Now, there is nobody that is more original to Ring of Honor than HC Loc. Hell, I held the record for years of being the most consistently booked talent on that roster. I never missed a show. It's a fact. Look it up. Tony DeVito and I, my lifelong tag team partner, whether he ever steps in the ring again or not, won the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Championships. Don't worry, Tony, I'm not going to talk about how much taller I am than you in this promo, I promise, buddy. And from then on, we get to call ourselves not only Extreme Originals, but Originals of Honor, let's say. But when I think of the word original and how it pertains to my wrestling career for 24 years, when I think about what is original about HC Loc, the thing I am the most original to, more than Ring of Honor, and yes, more than ECW, I am a UPW original. I've wrestled in that territory since before UPW was even called UPW. I'm a former UPW heavyweight champion and future UPW heavyweight champion. I have been wrestling in the city of Rochester for all 24 of my years. And there's a couple other guys up there that have been around a long, long time too. A couple other guys that might call themselves UPW originals. I'm talking about the big mother trucker, Dewey. And of course, Chip Stetson. Now, Chip, I've known you my whole career, brother. The whole time. The last few years, we haven't seen exactly eye to eye. Don't talk as much as we should. Haven't always been on the same page. But I'll tell you what. March 16th, UPW presents March Meltdown at Pineapple Jack's. There's a team called Rhythm and Booze, and they got themselves a guy named Johnny Kayfabe. They like to get on their little telephones, get on their little cameras, talk a bunch of smack about coming in against some old guys in UPW, some guys that have been around since the beginning. We're talking about the Johnny Kayfabe and the Rhythm and Booze, and they want to talk a bunch about my boys, Dewey and Chip. Now, I don't know if we're boys anymore, guys. It's been a long time. Like I said, we haven't seen eye to eye. But for one night only in the city of Rochester, you boys sound like you need a partner. So right here, I'm laying it down. I'm laying it down now. March 16th, UPW March Meltdown. Johnny Kayfabe, Rhythm and Booze versus the big mother trucker, Chip Stetson, and the original HC Loc. I wouldn't want to miss it.